know I'm certainly not the only one that feels this way. And it's one of those things that's kind of hard to describe. It's not that I don't like people or want to be around them, but more and more I find myself wanting to be alone, just able to escape and explore wherever I want. It's that feeling that I just want to go further and further north. And I know that the people who get it, well, they get it. It might sound extreme or over-exaggerated, but strangely, I feel like a prisoner of the North. You can leave and go back to a city further south, but it just never really feels quite right. Everything about the North seems to dominate the thoughts in your mind. You feel more at home on a tiny granite island in the middle of a massive lake than you do anywhere else. More comfortable knowing that your only neighbors are the bears, the moose, and the eagles. Where the only thing limiting how far you can go and the things you can see each day is you. Now, I'll be honest, when I think about canoe trips, Saskatchewan to me has never really come to mind. Normally people associate this beautiful province with flat fields that seemingly go on forever. The type of spot where that old joke about watching your dog run away for 3 days almost feels like it could be true at times. But that's just one part of this province. And to the north lays a land that people seem to forget about, and that is exactly where our trip would begin.
A son and a daughter, frame by frame, defined by moments and moments. The wings of a bird, the tongue of a snake. So we've come this far.
Eventually, after a long, long drive, the pavement would change to gravel and the fields would turn to boreal forest, and we would arrive on the shoreline of one of the world's largest lakes, Reindeer Lake. This is the second largest lake in Saskatchewan and the 9th biggest in Canada. It's absolutely massive and yet nearly completely untouched. There's also hardly any information on it, which is exactly why Ashley and I decided to plan a 2-week adventure across Reindeer. Well, sweetheart.
Well, baby?
Day 1. You just left. Pretty exciting to be here.
Yeah. Great morning.
Oh.
Perfect.
Yeah, unbelievable morning, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So gorgeous out right now. So we've just set off on our, what we hope to be somewhere around a 2-week-long trip. We've got a 200-kilometer loop planned on Reindeer Lake, which is one of the biggest lakes, biggest freshwater lakes in the world. One of the biggest in Canada, second biggest in Northern Saskatchewan. It's unbelievable here. Literally got what seems to be thousands of islands to explore. Should be an amazing trip. I have to say too, we've kind of been dealing with a few minor health issues with our 13-year-old dog, Hugo, our big brown Newfoundland. And I'm very happy that he can join us on this trip. We got to take things a little bit easy, a little bit slower than normal, but hopefully the old boy will be all right. And we can enjoy the rest of the summer together here, but Absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous morning here on Reindeer. Wow. Can't ask for anything more than this. It's an interesting feeling starting these bigger trips through unknown places. There's always a mix of nerves and excitement, especially after months of looking at maps and planning. But now we were here. No cell phones, no distractions. Just the four of us in a canoe, ready to escape normal life and return to the wilderness, where life is simple and straightforward. It's way bigger in here than this guy, but that's a nice little fish to start. Okay? See you, buddy. Done. Pretty awesome start here. We just stopped for a quick little snack on this little point, and we had an otter swim right up to us within, I don't know, 30 feet from us. We kept staring at Betty-Lou, and then we had a couple loons swim right over, and we just watched a bald eagle swoop down and try and get a fish out of the lake. We didn't get that one on camera, but only a couple hours in, that's a good start. It's a good sign. Flat, calm conditions, eagles, otters, and loons, all within just a few hours of being on this massive lake. It had been the perfect start to the trip, and day one wasn't even finished yet. We noticed some pictographs on our map, and our next step was to set out and try and find these ancient native drawings somewhere along the shores of Reindeer Lake. Just keep your eyes peeled. There should be a couple pictographs along this shore here somewhere, so you've got a good eye for them, so eyes peeled.
Yes, sir. Do you think that's it?
Yeah, I actually think that might be it. That red,
Yeah.
it looks different, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It stands out.
No way, that's in really good shape, eh? Yeah, I'm not really sure what it is either. Yeah, it looks like maybe a couple people
Yeah.
in some type of, almost looks like
Structure.
a structure or
Yeah.
ladder or,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right up there.
are hard to see. Good
Yeah.
eye.
Yeah, one looks kind of like an X. I think there could have been more at some point, and maybe it's broken up.
Oh, I think you're right. Yeah, you can see where it did break off, eh? It definitely, that rock definitely looks newer. 2 sets of pictographs now on day 1. That's pretty cool.
It had been a long, long day on the water. And after being on the road for over 3,500 kilometers, and finally being able to start this trip, I think both Ash and I were tired, and the dogs looked hot in the afternoon heat. It was finally time to find our campsite for our first night on Reindeer Lake. Day 1 of the trip, complete. And I always find that the toughest part of a big lake trip is just kind of getting on the water. So it feels really, really, really nice just to be out here, to finally be on the lake, have a gorgeous campsite and awesome view. And it was a pretty great day 1. It really had been a great day 1. We were so lucky, not only with the great weather to start, but getting to see the pictographs, the otters, and the eagles. This far north, the sun only sets for a few hours, so we'd stay up for a while, enjoying the evening twilight, before finally turning in for the night. Morning of day 2, and it is absolutely gorgeous out on Reindeer Lake today. Could not ask for a nicer start to the day. On the water in pretty good time. It's just after 6 o'clock in the morning, and we've got a couple little crossings to do here to jump across to the next kind of chapter of this lake, the next arm, I guess. Should be an awesome day. It's so nice out right now. No way. It's a lake trout. No! Oh, it spit it. That was a lake trout though. That's okay. Huh, they're in here. It was all right. It was decent. Probably 3 or 4 pounder. Ah! They're here. Okay, that's cool. Now, when I say things like, it's okay, and, well, at least they're here, what I really want to say is I better catch one or I'm going to have a complete meltdown in this canoe. Thankfully for me, though, I'd end up catching a beauty little laker shortly after losing that first one. Third trout in a couple minutes. I think.
Oh, that's a nice fish. Nice, Betty. Oh, nice. Come here, buddy. Don't do that. Easy. Look at that. That's a beauty. Nice little belly on him. That is a beautiful, beautiful lake trout. Oh, so excited with that. Oh, that's cool. So, we're actually right out front of, it's called Reindeer Lake Trout Camp. I can see why it's called that. Because it seems like your lure's in the water for about 10 seconds and you've got a lake trout on. Oh, I love this. All right. See it?
Yeah.
I don't think it's very big. Squirrely, holy. Oh, I love that. Oh, it's off. Go back over top.
Although I'd had more fish spit the hook on that second day of the canoe trip than I'd care to remember, it was awesome knowing that my favorite fish were here in abundance. And on a 2-week canoe trip, I still knew I had lots of time to catch some more fish. As if the day hadn't been great enough already, we got incredibly lucky and spotted a young bull moose wading through the shallows, grazing away. Thankfully for us, we were downwind, so we were able to get a few quick shots before we wandered back into the bush. I think both Ashley and I's biggest concern of the trip would be the wind and the weather. A pilot we met just before departing told us about multiple search and rescues he'd been involved in the previous summer. He warned us about open water crossings and staying close to shore, and it didn't exactly give us a warm, fuzzy feeling. So when we heard thunder in the distance and felt the wind pick up, we knew it was time to camp for the night.
baby?
Morning of day 3 now,
Yeah.
and it looks gorgeous right now.
I think it's going to be another hot day, but
Yeah.
it's really, really nice right now.
Day 3 of the trip, and we wouldn't waste too much time getting on the water. It was an absolutely gorgeous day with flat, calm conditions. We thought we'd take full advantage and try and make good distance today. We were also hoping to wet the line. Now, anyone who's fished from a canoe knows it can be a little bit tricky at times. Between balancing filming, Betty-Lou of course, the snags, and actually landing and unhooking the fish, it all just takes time. But when you're on a lake absolutely teeming with trout, you feel guilty not having a line in the water. So day 3 would end up being all about fishing. It's actually a little lake trout. Isn't that a gorgeous, gorgeous lake trout? On a spoon, little single barbless hook. I'm so happy. Oh, I was a little bit better yesterday because I lost so many lake trout. Oh, that feels good to get one in the boat. Nice fish. Okay, see ya. Actually, that's a big pike. They're nice size anyways. Ashley's first pike.
Yeah, first ever pike.
First ever pike, she says.
Yeah.
Yeah, she literally just had her lure dangling over the edge and this guy bit it, so there you go. Hey, nice
Yeah.
fish. Gorgeous fish. Yeah, a little guy. Do you want to keep him or do you want to let this guy go?
Whatever you think.
He's good eating size.
Yeah, okay, we'll keep him.
Okay. Nice. Perfect. I'm not sure how many lake trout we're at here today, but that is absolutely awesome. Gorgeous. We'd honestly catch so many trout, we couldn't really keep count. And if you wanted to make any distance at all, you couldn't have a line in the water. We decided it was time for a fish fry, so we set out to find a small island and got to work.
Baby.
Nothing better. Nothing better. Well fed, we'd set out once again, only to find out the fish wouldn't stop biting. What a problem to have. Little guy. Feisty. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Fighting the fight.
Come on. Ashley with another beauty. Hey, going back in the drink. Another fish on here. Just finished the fish lunch. Actually trying to make a little bit of distance. Little fella. Look at that. Might have to come back here, baby, on a dedicated fishing trip. Hey?
This feels like a dedicated fishing trip right now.
No, this is actually supposed to be a canoe trip, but we just keep hammering lake trout today. Yeah, that's a dandy lake trout. Yeah, man. Nice one. Ashley with another absolutely beautiful lake trout.
With yet another storm approaching and the wind picking up, it was time once again to camp for the night. I couldn't have asked for a better day on Reindeer Lake. Both the paddling and the fishing were absolutely amazing.
Today we're going to work our way towards Butler, Mooney, and Milton Island. Hopefully make some pretty good distance today with these conditions. Tomorrow they're calling for a chance of thunderstorms all day again, which seems to be a bit of a common theme on this trip so far. Yesterday we had that storm blow past us and it kind of missed us. I think we were just on the edge of it. It was a bit of a mad dash to set up camp and get everything in place. The tarp set up and yeah, find a campsite even. It was a bit of a scramble, but we ended up finding a really nice spot. Actually my favorite spot, our favorite spot I think so far on the trip. Dark back there, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Might just have to kind of wait it out on shore here and
See what it's
this
doing.
does, because I don't really want to get caught out in the lake here.
By day 4, Ashley and I were definitely in a routine. We'd paddle until the wind, waves, or the inevitable thunderstorm rolled through and find a spot to call home for the night. Today we'd end up stopping earlier than planned. The storm never really amounted to anything, thankfully. A bit of light rain, some distant thunder, but you never really know until it's on you. We could have carried on, but we decided in the end to stay on our little pebble beach. I'd spend some time fishing for her dinner, and Ashley would practice her knitting. It was honestly just one of those perfect afternoons.
Pike for dinner?
Woohoo! Nice one.
I think canoe trips in places like this spoil you rotten. Being able to just cast out from camp and catch dinner, that doesn't happen everywhere. But on Reindeer Lake, you certainly could. I think both Ashley and I, we were surprised at just how at home we felt here. All we needed was our little red tarp and a canoe, and it felt like we had all of Reindeer's 2 million acres and 5,000 islands to ourselves. What a place.
Morning of day 5, I think today is now. It's day 5, wow. It kind of feels like we just got here. We're just packed up and on the water, and it's 9:30 in the morning. It's a stormy morning once again today, so later start than expected. And they're calling for more storms this afternoon, and it's actually kind of looking a little bit dark and stormy in the distance here, so not entirely sure how far we're going to make it today, but we'll see what we do.
We'd hardly even got on the water before, once again, an approaching thunderstorm would force us to shore. We'd hustle to get everything set up and wait for the storm to come. As long as it's not too crazy, being under a tarp, listening to the rain and the thunder is one of our favorite parts about camping.
There's definitely something coming here. Not sure what gave it away.
Yeah, I mean, there's just a subtle change. It makes me think that something might be coming. Most people wouldn't pick up on it.
You're good, baby.
But, you know, when you spend this much time in the outdoors, you pick up these subtle signs about the weather.
First time that's happened. So we're right here at Reynolds Peninsula.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go up around Bell Peninsula. Day 6 already, and we're on the water at just after 8 o'clock in the morning. And it is another absolutely gorgeous day here on Reindeer. Wow. Really does not get any nicer than this, and I feel like I've said that about 7 times now, but the goal today is to make it to Amosket Island, which is kind of the point that we picked, not really based on anything other than the fact that it's seems to be the pinnacle of all the islands on the southern portion of the lake, and that will be the furthest point away from South End that we'll get on this trip. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we make it there today, and then we can slowly make our way back to South End over the next week or so. But unbelievable, amazing.
Yeah.
Like her?
Yeah. I can't see it, I can feel it shaking its head.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's
looks like
nice
a good one.
Nice one. Look at this guy. That's gorgeous. Look at the red colors, eh? Yeah. That is a nice fish. Nicely done. So cool. Just went over a little rock shelf. Only maybe 6-7 feet of water, so I'd probably be a pike, but yeah, not that little fish. Okay. See you, buddy. Got him. Okay.
Day 6 was one of those calm, extremely hot days. We'd have to take lots of breaks, letting the dogs out to swim and cool off. On our way to Amosket Island, which was our turnaround point of the trip, we noticed an eagle's nest on one of the islands we were paddling past. The nest was so low to the water that you could see the nesting eaglets clear as day. We've never seen another nest like it, and it was incredible to see the eaglets at that level. Honestly, it was one of the highlights of the trip for us.
Almost at our halfway point.
Almost, baby.
And then we turn around.
Yep. Still a long ways to
Go
go.
back that way.
South. Southwest.
That way, right?
Well, that's southeast.
Oh. That way. You passed the test.
Yeah.
With a little help from Ashley's incredible navigation, we were now around Amosket Island, heading southwest towards South End Reindeer. Hot and tired after a long day on the water, I think we were both ready to find some shade and some moss-covered ground to set the tarp up on. I think every day we were enjoying this lake more and more, and one of our favorite parts were the long, drawn-out sunsets that just seemed to last forever. I guess they don't call Saskatchewan the land of living skies for no reason. What a place. We'd been on Reindeer Lake now for a week, and for the most part, we'd honestly been blessed with calm weather. Day 7 though was windy, with a strong breeze coming from the southwest, which unfortunately was our direction of travel. With more thunderstorms in the forecast, high winds, thick smoke, and intense heat, well, we decided to stay put for the day. For as long as I've been canoe tripping, I've hated rest days. I've just never really enjoyed lounging around at camp. I'd always rather be on the water, canoeing, fishing, looking for wildlife. But I've realized that you don't have to go very far to see some pretty cool things. There's actually amazing, interesting things all around you. You just have to look for them.
Well, day 8 now, I think it is, and we're back on the water after about 7 thunderstorms passed us last night. It seemed like every half an hour there was another storm that rolled through, but we are back on the water, and it's quite nice out today. It's actually a little bit cooler with this cloud cover, which I think both Ashley and I are very grateful for right now. Yeah, a lot cooler. It was probably 30 degrees, maybe more, yesterday in the sun. So very, very nice out here. Today we're gonna work our way south, see how far we get. Hopefully we can put in a good day and make some good distance, but regardless, we're on the water and it's just nice to be out.
Gonna give Hugo some shade.
Give him a little shade tree.
Yeah, he's getting a little hot. And if you're watching and you saw the video where I was experimenting with an umbrella
Oh yeah, it worked really well.
to give him shade, it did give him some really good shade.
Oh yeah,
But
no,
Keenan wasn't a fan.
yeah, no, I could see a lot. It was honestly, it was so good.
So now I'm using our chairs instead, and they work really well.
See a cat up there, baby.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
very athletic and flexible. Sorry, Lou.
Yeah.
There.
Look at that.
Ta-da! Just gives him a little bit of shade over his body. Got ventilation still. Perfect.
Oh yeah.
There, Yuki.
What a lucky little boy.
Cute little boy.
Gotta get that paddle in the
You
water.
gotta keep you cool. Alright, alright.
Come on, get up there.
I'm coming, I'm coming.
With Hugo now tucked away in the shade, we continue on our way across Reindeer Lake. And even though Ashley told me not to dilly-daddle, I just couldn't resist having a line in the water to see if I could catch a few more lake trout.
Girl, Lou. Gorgeous, gorgeous lake trout. First one we caught in a couple days here, so it's nice to get one. See you, bud. Nice, nice little lake trout, yeah. I'll get this guy back in the water. It feels half decent. If I can land it. That's a nice laker. Yeah. Dinner?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that is a beautiful, beautiful fish. Wow. Have I ever caught a lake trout that's not nice?
Or gorgeous or beautiful.
I don't think I have, eh? I do say that a lot, don't I? Oh, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful fish. Love that.
You love them all.
I love them all.
You don't discriminate.
No, I just love lake trout. Eh? Love them.
Do not.
Believe it or not, I'm a bit of a fan of the species. Betty's very excited about this one as well. Lou, take it easy, sweetheart. That's a nice lake trout. Oh, huh? Thanks, buddy. Going back in. We've been hearing thunder now for the last hour and a half or 2 hours maybe, and we're hoping to make it a little bit further today, but we've just heard the thunder kind of pick up a little bit in the last few minutes, and we're actually going to kind of make it back to one of the campsites we stayed at a couple nights ago. It's a little bit out of the way, and we definitely weren't planning on going back there, but we know it's a good safe spot to weather out the storm that's apparently coming our way again. So yeah, a couple kilometers and hopefully we'll be there. Get there before this wind picks up. There's a big lake. Here we are. Just like I remember it. Home for the night.
These little sticks still there.
It's a good one.
Good one.
Another really enjoyable day here on Reindeer Lake. Actually one of my favorite days of the trip so far. I thought the scenery today was gorgeous with kind of bigger rock outcrops, and yeah, fishing was excellent as well. I was super excited at the end of the day here, just around the corner, to land a couple really nice lake trout. Believe it or not, that kind of made my day.
They were gorgeous.
They were gorgeous. Yeah. We thought we heard we did hear thunder earlier in the day, and we kind of rushed to get to this campsite, and that storm must have passed us by, but there seems to be another one on the horizon here, and they're calling for 70-80% chance of thunderstorms tonight and tomorrow morning as well. So that seems to be the way of this trip. Mm-hmm. And I think we're kind of getting very used to just working with the weather around here. That's really all you can do on these big lakes anyways.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous day. Gorgeous day, beautiful evening, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
Yeah.
morning of day 9 now. I believe it is anyways. It's kind of hard to keep track of time once you're past a week or so, but back on the water again. It's just after 9 o'clock, I think. We had an absolutely wild electrical storm pass through last night, and in the early hours of the morning here. It actually probably ended at maybe 6 o'clock or something, but yeah, quite a system that moved through. Wow. They're calling for more thunderstorms today, which doesn't seem unusual at all. It's definitely a daily occurrence, at least on our trip here. But yeah, otherwise quite calm and cooler today, which is really nice for paddling.
Today, Ash and I would set out across the thousands of islands in hopes to make it to the southern shoreline of the lake. The shelter from all these islands makes paddling this big lake all the more enjoyable. Not only do you get out of the wind sometimes, and you're never that far from any shoreline, but you truly never know what's around the corner. From bears to moose to eagles and otters, honestly, you can see it all here.
Ashley's first little lake trout of the day. Hey, what a beauty. Yeah, nice one. Nice, healthy, young lake trout. Okay, see you, buddy. Home for the night, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some pretty wicked thunder in the distance here. But I'm thinking we might get lucky.
Maybe.
In the end, we would get lucky with the weather. The storm would pass us to the south, and all we needed to do was listen to the distant thunder rumble and enjoy our little island oasis. day 10 of the trip, and I think right off the hop, we knew we weren't moving anywhere. And honestly, I don't think anyone was too bothered. The dogs seemed more than happy to lounge around. Ashley's knitting addiction was in full swing, and I was happy to read my new book with a stiff breeze to help keep the bugs at bay. Even though we didn't end up moving anywhere, it was still a pretty awesome day.
Rain.
Is it raining?
It's starting to.
Yeah.
Do you want me to throw you your jacket?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Morning of day 11, I believe it is now, and we left camp maybe half an hour ago, and it has been a bumpy ride just to get where we are, which is only a couple kilometers away. And of course, as soon as we packed up, it started to rain. But anyways, here we are, back on the big water Reindeer, and we are gonna stay close to shore today and see how far we can get. The weather definitely dictates travel on these big lakes, and Reindeer is no exception, that's for sure.
I think day 11 was probably our most challenging day of the trip. Right from the start, it just had a feel to it. And after a rest day, well, I think I was a little bit impatient to set off. We probably should have just hung tight, but nonetheless, we were heading west towards South End.
We've been looking ahead now, and it looks like there might be some smoke from a potential forest fire ahead of us here. We're not entirely sure. It's hard to tell, but it definitely looks like something. Starting to wonder if I found the meaning of stuck between a rock and a hard place. We're right now kind of windbound on this little rocky shoreline with not a ton of different spots to camp around this part. And just on the other side of us here, I think we have a little forest fire going. I say little, I don't actually know how big it is or even if it's a forest fire, but we're pretty sure we see smoke coming. But yeah, we obviously have to keep going. Can't camp here, can't camp next to a forest fire either, so we'll just have to wait it out and see how the rest of the day goes. Oh, it's definitely rough out there right now though. That little bay in that island?
Huh?
See that bay in that island? Straight ahead to the left a little bit and left the paw?
Yeah.
Yeah, right there. Well, that was a very, very, very long and somewhat trying day here on the water. It was quite an adventure today, to say the least. Yeah, it was extremely windy and wavy, and that little forest fire we paddled past as well, just to kind of cap things off. That was a bit of a wild ride out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very, very happy and grateful to have found this nice little campsite here on the north edge of Deep Bay. An absolutely massive part of the lake here. But yeah, all in all, it honestly was a really good day though. We made excellent distance. And it's always kind of fun and rewarding, I find, at least myself, getting through those days. I really do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we only have about 30 kilometers, maybe a little bit less, to the town of South End where our vehicle is parked and waiting for us. So, yeah, we'll see what tomorrow brings. But that was an adventure today, and I like that.
That was a day.
That was a day.
It was a day.
I saw new colors in your eyes, a world so vibrant and alive, like fireflies in late July. You crashed into me ever bright, and you are my morning light. You wake my heart to life. You shine like summer skies.
Morning of day 12 now, and it is another absolutely gorgeous morning here on Reindeer Lake. Actually one of the nicest mornings. Just a light breeze from the north, at least for now. And beautiful sunrise this morning. Just yeah, very, very, very gorgeous around here. Fish on here, and this one feels a little bit bigger. I actually feel kind of nervous right now because I want to see this one. Oh, there it is. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, that is a beautiful fish. One more quick. Oh, I love that. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's so awesome. I love that. That's so cool. Like, oh man. Yeah, I don't even know how to describe like how I feel when I get those. It's like, I'm like nervous.
Yeah.
I'm nervous. I want to see it. I want to, yeah. Oh, that is so cool. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Reindeer Lake. That is unbelievable. I love that. Love that. We didn't realize it at the time, but this would end up being the final day of our trip. We'd set out nearly 2 weeks ago with the goal of exploring one of Canada's largest lakes in the vast wilderness of Northern Saskatchewan. This is one of those trips that the further we went, the further we wanted to go. And I absolutely hated that this trip was over. I personally felt like we'd only just scratched the surface of this incredible land. With amazing wildlife, fishing, never-ending sunsets, and unbelievably beautiful scenery, it's hard to believe that we've only just discovered this place. This was our first canoe trip to Northern Saskatchewan, and I know we'll be back. I feel extremely lucky and grateful to have experienced this place with my wife and our 2 dogs. and it's truly one of those trips that we'll remember forever. You can leave and go back to a city further south, but it just never really feels quite right. Everything about the north seems to dominate the thoughts in your mind. You feel more at home on a tiny granite island in the middle of a massive lake than you do anywhere else. More comfortable knowing that your only neighbors are the bears, the moose, and the eagles. And where the only thing limiting how far you can go and the things you can see each day is you.